Oh yeah. Cheers, how you doing? Welcome to Cooking While Drunk. I'm Tony. What are we sipping on today? Well, I just went lazy. Sipping on a shot of Svedka and chasing with a little bit of Shock Top. Shock Top is a Belgian white out of Texas. But today, it's a little warm, so doing cold beer.
He says it's warm, yet our day started off at 38 degrees.
Yeah, that's also in the morning. Now it's 61, so. But we're also boiling noodles, so it's hot. Why are we boiling noodles? Well, let's make some mac and cheese, shall we? 2 tablespoons of butter over low heat. Melt it. To that, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour. We're gonna make a roux. So a roux is something used in a lot of dishes. The lighter the roux, the more thicker it is. The darker the roux, the more flavor it has. So with roux, you want to constantly stir. See how it's bubbling? Constantly stir it. I like to use my OXO Good Grips whisk because it has a little nip at the end. It helps it gets up in the corner. Once a roux starts to burn, just like garlic, you gotta top out and start over. So as you can see, it's starting to get slightly darkened, and I am going to go a little darker. You can see now how it's starting to turn kind of, what's that, tan? It's kind of turn a little more of a reddish color, slightly. So now we're done. So now we're going to add, I'm going to turn the heat down a little more just so I don't burn it. Now look at that color. That color is really starting to come through now. That's the color that I want. So now, sip the beer. We're going to add half of a medium onion, very finely chopped, and a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. Remember, keep stirring. Give that a little bit of a stir. Some people add their milk first and then the other ingredients, but I like to add the onions to cook out some of the onion flavor, the raw onion flavor. Okay, now we're going to slowly add in 2 cups of half and half. So I like to add a little at a time, stir it to loosen everything up. Add a little more. Keep going, and don't forget to scrape the sides. You can just go ahead and add the rest. I'm going to turn the heat back up a little more to medium. Not high, medium. There we go. So you let this come to a simmer. This will probably take 2 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to have a sip and have another shot. All right, now it's come up to a simmer. We're going to let this simmer for, I'm going to say, 8 to 10 minutes. Ooh, look at that. I know I said about 8 to 10 minutes, but this came together a lot faster. So after constantly stirring, well, stirring every minute or so, this came together quite rapidly. So now I'm going to add in a handful, and yes, I mean a handful of Thai chilies. These came from a very special place. My backyard. Yeah, this is 4 ounces of Monterey Jack, cut in little tiny cubes.
Doggy's waiting for some cheese to fall.
And this is 4 ounces of extra sharp cheddar. And people always ask, what cheese do I like to use? Is it Tillamook? I'm like, nope. Land of Frost or whatever it's called? Nope. I like the Lucerne brand cheese. Here we go. And if this mixture starts to get a little thick, you can always thin it out by adding a little more of your half and half. You can use half and half. You can use whole milk. Sometimes I would use lactose-free milk because my daughter's lactose intolerant. but the cheese would still get to her. I used to use whole cream. I think that's my favorite way of making it, is with whole cream. But too many people say, oh my god, that's so unhealthy. I'm like, so? It tastes good. That's what matters, right? It's getting a little thick, so I am going to splash in a little bit at a time. Some more half and half. Oops. I would say maybe 1/8 of a cup at a time, just until I get to the consistency that I like. There we go. Look how that's starting to look. That's a good consistency, I think. There we go. Let's do a little more. That's, I think, going to be perfect. Kill the heat. Now over here, let's switch pots. I will do this so my camera person / wife doesn't have to change. I already have one package elbow macaroni. This is the medium. Now we're gonna fold the mixture in together. Now I am left-handed, so I'm gonna try and do it like this. Give that a stir. Oh, what I forgot to tell you was set your oven to 350 degrees. I already have a greased or oil casserole dish. You can use either Pam, or you can use butter. Just take a stick of butter and rub it on the inside. I like to use Pam. Pam's quick and easy. And just scoop. You know what? Forget all that. Just pour it in. We're going to get some more cheeses, so we're going to have a sip. And we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So we got our dish going on right there. We're gonna top it off with some cheese, or cheeses, I should say. We have here, let me get prepared. We have some caramelized onion jack from Boar's Head in a block. I also have a chunk of Manchego cheese. Manchego cheese is from Spain, so yes. Manchego cheese, when usually people use Parmesan. And we're going to use our box grater. Let's use the big size. Now my hand's a little injured, so bear with me. But I'm just going to grate it over. There we go. Oh, look at those long strands. I think that's enough. Of course, wife might say no, it's not.
I was just gonna say that.
What? And now for the Manchego. For the Manchego, I'm going to use the smaller side. I think that's good. Next, I always love to top with a smoked or seasoned salt. This is a black charcoal salt. This is delicious. We love this salt. We bought 3 or 4 packs of salt, and this is the one we kept going back for. And so for this, when you bite into this, you get like a nice crunch of salt. So, yes, it is Halloween time. I think that, maybe a little more right there. And of course, wife would say, too much salt is no such thing. Now we're gonna put this in our oven at 350 degrees. We're gonna let it bake for about 30 minutes until the cheese just gets nice and bubbly. And we'll be back to dive in. So let me pop this in. Let me have a drink. See you in a bit.
Cheers.
All right, well, taking our time because, you know, it's still in the oven. So I'm going to take it out just because I don't want it to overcook.
Don't worry,
Or
I
dry out.
promised to buy you a new oven.
Oh, I know. I'm getting that in 3 weeks. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes and then we'll dive in. And when I mean dive in, I mean we're going to go spoon in and go all over it. All right?
Wait, do that?
Cheers. See you in about 10 minutes. Yes, I know you're hungry. Just give me a second. I was trying to take a sip. All right, so here's our mac and cheese. Delicious looking. There we go. Nice bowl of baked macaroni and cheese. There you go. Very delicious. I think it needs more chilies, but I think this is a good level of heat. It's not too spicy, got enough of kick. It's got some of the crunchy from the black salt and some of that cheese. Cheers. Thanks for watching Cooking While Drunk. Hey, don't forget, hit that button right there that says subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something special. You know, I'm down to make whatever. Cheers. You guys have a good night.